So, I'm glad we got to meet today. How have you been?
Good.
Good. Do you want to talk a little bit about what brings you here today and how I can help you?
Sure. Well, I'm here because I was caught high in school. I'm having depression problems with family and my dad, so I just felt like that was the easy escape, and now I'm here with you.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about you say that you feel like you have some depression problems at home and some problems with your dad. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, he's verbally and physically abusive to me and my mom. He drinks a lot, goes out and kind of goes out late nights and goes to bars and comes home and takes his anger out on me and my mother. So that I try to find an escape, and I just felt like doing what I did was a good escape too.
Okay, so whenever you say that he comes home from bars after he's been drinking and takes it out on you and your mom, what does that look like?
Like it looks like like he'll cuss, use like really hurtful words. He'll like hit me, punch me, yell at me, hit me with like weapons, stuff.
So whenever he does that, what is your reaction?
Sometimes I'll try to fight back. Other times I kind of just like let it happen and then just walk away.
Do you feel like your reaction, either way, whether you walk away or you respond with physical aggression, do you feel like that changes his reaction at all?
No, it won't. I don't think it's ever going to change his reaction
Okay.
unless we try to get him help. But physical, me trying to fight back, I doubt it. I don't think it will or does at all.
So that must make you feel pretty out of control in that situation.
Sometimes.
So when you use drugs as an escape from your home life or your stress, what does that do? Do you feel like it helps you to escape?
I feel like it gets it off my mind for a little while. I don't, not just escape, but more like just get it off my mind, make me not think about it.
For a short time?
Yes.
And then what happens whenever the high kind of wears off?
I still don't. I don't really think about it at school or anything. It's more like throughout school, I not really think about it. And when the high goes off, it's more when I get back to my home life is when it starts like kicking in again.
It starts all over again?
Yeah, I start thinking and doing it again, and like why am I here?
So have you tried other things to cope besides the drugs?
Not really.
No.
I didn't feel like anything else would help.
So have you talked to your mom?
No.
About?
Me and her aren't really close.
No.
Really just me on my own. I don't really talk to either of my parents.
So if you could kind of write the slate of what needs to happen to make you feel better, what would that be? What would it look like?
To make me feel better, I would probably think doing what I'm doing now, like this is a step. Talking to a counselor, try to have my parents go into like marriage counseling, or have my dad try to go to rehab and get off the drinking. And I would probably do the same, go to rehab, try to get off the drugs.
Do you think that your drug use is out of control?
No, it gets some points. It depends on the physical or like how bad he takes it out on me. Some days it will be, some days it's not, but usually I'm kind of it once or twice. I don't feel like it's not on a normal basis.
So what do you think would be some other coping techniques that you could use besides drugs?
Probably mainly just talking to people. Trying to just get it off my mind by talking, hanging out with friends, going over to a friend's house, just spending the night like at another person's house, not be in that environment really.
So talking your feelings through,
Mm-hmm.
do you think would help?
Yeah.
Do you think talking your actual feelings or just hanging out with people to get your mind off of it?
I feel like it just depends on the person I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
Who I really can, the people that I'm with would really understand, like feeling wise. But other than that, just hanging out would be best.
And whenever you hang out with your friends, are some of these friends that you do drugs with, or?
No, not usually, because they won't understand.
Mm-hmm. So you named one thing, which is a great thing, talking to friends or talking to people that you trust, that you could use maybe as a different coping technique than using drugs. Could you think of some other things that you think would work for you?
Going like just trying to move away, like try to leave it by going to like another family member's house for a couple months or something, and just trying to get away, keep it off my mind.
Do you think that that would be a possibility with your parents, or no?
If they knew, I don't know. I mean, they're not really home a lot either,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think they really would care that much. So I don't think it wouldn't bother them if I did or did not.
If you stayed with someone else for a
Yeah.
while? Do you think that if you stayed with someone else for a while and then you came back home that you would be walking into the same situation, or do you think that that would help you as a person to approach it differently?
It would help me approach it differently, but unless my like dad or unless my parents didn't get help,
Mm-hmm.
then it won't change the outcome at all until they get help.
So I kind of hear you saying that you can control what you can do, but your parents, you don't really have much control over
Yeah.
them. And how does that make you feel?
I mean, I can understand why you don't really have control of them. I mean, I'm the child and they're the parents, but it doesn't really bother me that much because I can't have control over them. It's really them that have control over themselves, so it's not really my problem. I'm not really bothered.
So if you can only control you, how do you think that you could make your life better?
I honestly think just leaving that environment
Mm-hmm.
for like just completely, just going living with another family member. I try to stay out of it because I don't think they're gonna change anytime soon. So I want to try to get out of there as soon as possible.
So what's your plan to achieve that goal?
Call family members, talk to friends, and I mean that's really all.
Do you think that you feel comfortable talking to your parents about that possibility?
Not really.
So who would you leave that up to talk to your parents about?
If I were with my family, like another relative, I'd either have them talk to my parents about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'd eventually talk to them about it, but I'd have my like aunt or uncle tell them first.
So in the meantime, with working out a possible change of living situation, do you feel comfortable trying some new coping techniques instead of turning to drugs?
Yeah.
And some of those are the talking to friends, right?
Talking to friends, going to family members' houses, just staying away from my house for a couple weeks would help. Going to rehab maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it would help.
Do you have a hobby that you enjoy?
Play soccer a lot.
Have you ever thought about, when you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed, just maybe going outside and kicking around the ball for a little bit, or?
Yeah, it helps. It helps kind of release anger.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I can't do it all the time.
Right.
So that's like something I could do like 2 or 3 times a week. So it wouldn't help me that much, but it would help.
What is something negative that you saw from getting caught with marijuana at school?
It didn't really do anything like benefit me. It was more like I was being more judged now.
Mm-hmm.
People are wondering what was up with me. People are now questioning me more about it. But before, people really didn't know like what I was going through. But now people are asking why you're doing this. So I don't think it really helped. It kind of backfired, made it worse for me.
So I'm kind of hearing you say that what you were using as your positive escape is now a negative.
Yes.
So you saw it in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
So the coping techniques, the few that you named that you were going to try, do you see those as having any negative?
I don't think they'll negative. I think it will be more positive because the friends I would go to, I have talked to them about it, so they would understand. The family members, I can tell they would understand too. So either of those two wouldn't bother me because I wouldn't be judged or questioned. So it'd be good for me to do either of the two.
So it's kind of about choosing the people that are bringing positivity to your life, not the negative influences.
Yes, no, pretty much.
So it's choosing the right people to talk to and vent to, and okay. So keep them busy, talking to people.
Yeah, try to just like go hang out with friends, go play soccer. Try to join like some soccer teams. Talk to them about it, just an escape, just instead of drugs, because that didn't really work out.
Right. Finding a different escape than the escape with drugs. Because it seems like with drugs, you escape and then it comes back to the same.
Yes, it does. And usually, escaping with drugs, it'll work for however long it happens. I mean, whatever drug I do, really. I mean, I've done more than just like the marijuana, but that was the day I was caught. But any other drug I try, then the escape's can only happen for, a certain length. It's not gonna keep me off my mind for a while I could either go play soccer, hang out with friends, or go to family members' houses, and that escape will be long periods of time. So the family members would be more positive, and the drugs would really not help that much at all.
Right. And the drugs, not only does it not help for a long time, but it also brings in negativity too.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So we'll keep working on this,
Okay.
right? Okay.